So in text number 10, Krishna says, being freed from attachment, fear and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many, many persons in the past has become purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attain transcendental love for me. So there is a trick how to get transcendental love to Krishna. As a Krishna, this transcendental knowledge he gives, and he says, be free from attachment, so that's a rag, fear, that's the bhai, and krodha means the anger. You have to be detached from these three, If you would not have come this weekend, we will have given you a call, Sunny Prabhu. I was going to give you a call. I say, what happened? Oh, really? Oh, Hari Hari Bol. That's why. I was thinking of you this afternoon. Should I call him or not,
There is some telepathy going on.
But I wanted to let you know we miss you when you don't come or if we don't see you, Oh, kutta dekh gaya. Kutta. उसके हाथ में क्या है? ओके हरि बोल. Hare Krishna, welcome. So Krishna says that with raga bhaya krodha man maya mam upasritaha. He says that being freed from the attachment, fear and anger, being fully absorbed in me, mam upasritaha. Man maya means fully into me. Mam upasya means you refuge, take a refuge in Krishna. Krishna ke andar. Many persons in many become purified. By doing that we become purified and we get the knowledge, and thus we attain his transcendental love. Because that's where there is a sloka, Dao Shraddha Tato Sadhu Sangha. Atha Bhajan Kriya Tata Anartha Nivrutti Syat Tato Nishta Ruchi Tata Anasaktis Tato Bhava Tata Prema Abhyudansyati. So when you want to reach to prema, that's where Krishna says. Prem means transcendental love for Krishna. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, actually Bhakti Rasamrita, Nectar of Devotion, we have one book here written by our Acharya Rupa Goswami. In that he says that, because to get the transcendental love for Krishna, Krishna is telling us that with raga, bhaya, krodha, right? We have to be detached from these three, rag, bhaya and krodha. And then we have to put our mind into Krishna, right? But it's very, very difficult, right? When you are a novice, when you don't know anything, how can you get transcendental love for Krishna? There is no way. So we have to follow these steps. Adav Shraddha, first you desire that I want to get Krishna's love. Desire is the main thing. Until unless you desire, how can you reach, right? That's the first thing. Then tato sadhu sangha. Once you desire that I want to have love for Krishna, then you start come acrossing the devotees whose whole business is just to chant and say Hare Krishna to everybody. That is their business. Devotees, they don't have any other business. Any other business is just a secondary business. So then, and in the devotees sangha, in the devotees association, what do? Bhajan kriya. Bhajan, you do bhajan. They tell you, hey, chant Hare Krishna. If you're not chanting, they shout at you and say, can you chant please Hare Krishna? Right? That's what they say. So you do bhajan with the devotees, And then from there it says anartha nivrutti. So unwanted stuff start going away from you. No meat eating, no gambling, no drinking, no intoxications. Those four principles, they go away. Anartha nivrutti. That happens when you are in the association with the devotees, And then after nishta means paripakav, faith, means that convicted faith. Because we have faith, but it's shaking. Sometimes we go here, sometimes we go there, sometimes we go to church, sometimes we go to masjid. Our faith is not that, steady. or it's not convicted. It's acha chalta hai. What is the big deal? Everybody has come in this material world. I have also come. They go, I go. This is how we look at it. And so that's why you become these steps, nistha, That's very, very convicted faith. And then you have a little ruchi, You have affection. You now have a little taste for transcendental love for Krishna. Just a little ruchi, And then Atha Sakti, now you are attached after that. Once you have ruchi, then you go to that steps, And then bhav, that you start singing, you go into that mellow, in that position you start coming and say, I need to do this. I get so much enjoyment. Like yesterday, we sang this bhajana, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Daya karo more, tum bin ke dayalu amar. Who is more merciful than you? You please do the mercy on me, because I am so much, I am so much wretched person that unless you do some mercy on me, I'm not going to be able to do it on my own. To do what? To try to come to you or serve you. So we did that bhajan, and Vikrami Prabhu sang so nicely that everybody were so much like blissful. That's called bhava. Comes very close to that bhava for Krishna. And then comes the prem, which is the highest, even dharma, artha, kam and moksha, above that comes the big prema. You see, normally we are taught in our most of the shastras that, you do this dharma, you do this artha, you become, earn, kama, you use all these materialistic things, and at the end you liberate. This is what been taught to us, right? But this is above that. This is talked into Chaitanya dialogue of the dialogue between, who is that Gruhastha devotee? I forgot. Okay, this is a I forgot. But anyway, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu keep on asking, what next? What next? What next? What next? What is the highest thing in your life you can do? Then dharma, artha, kam, moksha, and then what next? That's the fifth thing, is the love for Krishna, prema. That's the fifth step. So that is being taught to us. So this transcendental love you can achieve. Krishna says, how you can achieve? With raga, bhaya, krodha. We can, devoid of this, we can quit, and then we can go to all of them as they surrender. Okay, then we can do then, and thus they all attain the transcendental love, and by putting our mind into Krishna. That's what we do. So next text is text number 11. He says that, we'll read that, okay? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tateva bhajamyaham. Mama vartmanu vartante manushyaha parth sarvasaha. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam stateva bhajamyaham. Mama vartmanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvasaha. Ye yata mam prapadyante Stam tatheva bhajamyaham. Mam vartmanu vartante. Manushyaha partha sarvasaha. Anybody else? Ye yata mam prapadyante. Tam sateva bhajamyaham. Mama vartmanu anuvartante. Manushya partha sarvasaha. Ye yata mam prapadyante. Tam sateva bhajamyaham. Mama vartmanu vartante. Manushyaha partha sarvasaha. Anybody else? Ye yata mam prapadyante. Tam sateva bhajamyaham. Mama vartmanu vartante. Manushyaha partha sarvasaha. Ye, all of them. Yatha, as. Mam, unto me. Prapadyante, surrender. Tan, unto them. Tatha, so. Eva, certainly. Bhajamya, do I reward. Aham, I. Mam, my. Vartma, path. Anuvartante, do follow. Manushyaha, all men. Partha, O son of Pritha. Sarvasaha, in all respects. So Prabhupada translates, this is a translation by Srila Prabhupada ki. All of them, as they surrender unto me, I reward accordingly. Everyone follow my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, everyone is searching for Krishna in different aspects of his manifestations. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is partially realized in his impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence and as the all-pervading Supersoul dwelling within everything, including the particles of atoms. But Krishna is only fully realized by his pure devotees. Consequently, Krishna is the object of everyone's realization. And thus, anyone and everyone is satisfied according to one's desire to have him. In the transcendental world, also, Krishna reciprocates with his pure devotees in the transcendental attitude, just as the devotees wants him. One devotee may want Krishna as the supreme master, another as his personal friend, another as his son, and still another as his lover. Krishna rewards all the devotees equally, according to their different intensities of love for him. In the material world, the same reciprocations of feeling are there, and they are equally exchanged by the Lord with the different types of worshippers. The pure devotee, both here and in the transcendental abode, associate with him in person and are able to render personal service to the Lord, and thus derive transcendental bliss in his loving service. As for those who are impersonalist and who want to commit spiritual suicide by annihilating the individual existence of the living entity, Krishna helps also by absorbing them into his effulgence. Such impersonalists do not agree to accept the eternal blissful personality of Godhead. Consequently, they cannot relish the bliss of transcendental personal service to the Lord, having extinguished their individuality. Some of them who are not situated even in the impersonal existence return to this material field to exhibit their dormant desire for activities. They are not admitted in spiritual planets, but they are again given a chance to act on the material planets. For those who are fruitive workers, the Lord awards the desired results of their prescribed duty as the Yagneshwar. And those who are yogis seeking mystic powers are awarded such powers. In other words, everyone is dependent for success upon his mercy alone, and all kind of spiritual processes are but different degree of success on the same path. Unless, therefore, one comes to the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness, all attempts remain imperfect. As it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Akam Sarvakam Va Mokskam Udardihi Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusam Param. Whether one is without desire, that's the condition of the devotees, or is desirous of all fruitive results, or is after liberation, one should with all efforts try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection, culminating in Krishna consciousness. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksurananmilitena Yena Tasmai Sri Guru Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupang Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savdutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitamischa. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Dhyavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in chapter 4, Krishna tells us in the verse 11 that ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tatheva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushyaha parsarvasaha. All of them, as they surrender unto me, I reward accordingly. Everyone follow my path in all respect, O son of Pritha. So Prabhupada in the class sometimes say this, that we all follow some kind of master, in our material life also. If you look and you see that you are following some master, like always. Some leader, because this is our natural instinct, natural thing. You follow somebody, like our leader right now, new president, Donald Trump. So everybody will be just following them, And like previously also we have seen that, like Gandhi, everybody follow, he's a leader. So we lead something because we have a following. In our, like you can say, in human beings and in animals also, animal society also that happens. Prabhupada explained that, like group of elephants, so there is one leader, right? Group of tigers, so there is a group of birds, there is one leader, And it says that the birds with the same feather, they fly together like that, So we follow the leader, right? Similarly, in Kathopanishad, it is also said this, that Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam, Eko Vidadati Kaman. That means that the meaning for this is that there is one eternal and there are so many eternal. Nityo Nityanam. So there is one supreme eternal, and there are Nityanams. There are so many other little eternals, like a spiritual sparks. That's we are, So we follow the Supreme, And Krishna says that I am a supreme person, you see. So we are subordinate to Krishna, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 15 that Mame Vanso Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mame Vanso, you are a part and parcel of me. You are a small little tiny fraction of me, So we are also just like that. And then in this same slok it is explained that there is one Nityanam, and this chief take care of all our things. Like, Eko Bahunam Vidadati Kaman. One person, Bahunam, everybody is Vidadati Kaman. Our Kaman means our desire he satisfies. That is given right here in Kathopanishad. Right? So, this we are following, but right now the leader we follow, that is because we have lust inside us which is guiding us to follow the wrong leaders. That's what is happening to us. So we have some kind of lust inside. We want something. That's why we follow. Like some few political parties, right? And then we follow one party because we think that satisfies my desires or that satisfies me. That lust inside us. So we are guided by the lust. So if we can convert that lust into love, then we'll be able to follow Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, So here in this also, that Krishna says that all of them as they surrender unto me, I reward accordingly, accordingly. So however much you surrender, he reward you accordingly, right? So then there are three, four categories Srila Prabhupada talk here, right? In that those who are spiritualists, they are all spiritualist or transcendentalist, all categories, right? That impersonalists, they follow also Krishna, And when they follow, they do not recognize or they don't want to recognize, that Krishna is a supreme person and his body is made of this transcendental thing which is eternity, knowledge and bliss, these things. That's Krishna's body is made of that. Our body also made of that. That's why we are hankering for bliss, because we say, oh, I want to be happy. That's what we say. I want to be happy. What can make me happy? Right? Or we can say, why I am not happy? Because we are seeking for happiness too. Is that correct? We all are seeking for happiness. So these transcendentalists, they are also seeking for happiness, But there are three categories of it. It is explained here. And Krishna says, I reward them all. You see, those who are coming on the path of impersonalism, they merge into the effulgence. Krishna allows them to merge into his effulgence, and they lose their identity. That's one. Then there is another transcendentalist who see in the heart, and they are called dhyan yogis. They meditate, and they meditate on the form of Krishna, and their ultimate goal is eventually they want the power, you see, because they do all these siddhis, anima, lagima, all this, become a very, very small person, become a very, very big, like you can see that who has these siddhis? What's his name? What is Devhuti Mataji's husband? Huh? No. So he created complete big world for Devhuti Mata. to enjoy the material world as a planet which travels, that big, because he has this power, So in our, like, in our ancient time, or now also I hear, I read this in Radhanath Maharaj, one of our spiritual master in ISKCON, in his book, that he first, when he went on to Himalayas, and he wanted to, somebody told him he's a white Jew boy from Chicago, and he was looking for God. He asking, how do I meet God? How can I meet God, So somebody told me you have to go to India. So he travel, so much difficulties, And then he has written in his book that in Himalayas there are some yogis, and he actually practically seen with his eyes that they are about 2 feet above the ground sitting, and they are still there. Very, very high in Himalayas. Like right now there is one big festival going, right? Mahakumbh. You can see all these, all these big Babajis, they are, you can see them, they have power. And so you can achieve that power, you see. But what happens is, because of our nature, and it is also called Maya's snare, material nature put the entanglement. So actually you have to use this power to go to Krishna Lok, you see. So here Prabhupada made one statement that those who merge into the effulgence of Krishna, Krishna don't allow them to go to the Vaikuntha Lok, to the planets which are into that spiritual sky. Don't allow them, because they are not qualified, you see. You get what you from Krishna according to your qualification, right? Whatever your credit you have, according to that, however much you can go to Krishna. So Krishna says, I reward accordingly. So these yogis, their desires is satisfied, and they get either siddhis, or they can also go to this Vaikuntha planet by meditating more and more on the form of Vishnu, four-handed Vishnu, that is sitting in our heart, You just have to realize. You see, right now, our senses are so much blunt that you cannot realize this, you see. So Prabhupada gives an example that if the car is going from here, right? So there is a guy who will look the car from outside and he says, oh, there is a car. It's made out of metal or something like that, right? But if there is a mechanic, he will know more about it. He knows how this works, He knows the technology about it. He knows exactly about it, right? Because he's an expert and he has a qualification, So, because our senses are so much blunt, we cannot realize all these things. That's for sure, And if we look at this sun, and there is a child who is looking at the sun, I am looking at the sun, and there is an astronomer looking at the sun. Is there a difference? Right? There is a difference, right? He can make a judgment differently. Child can make a judgment differently, right? So similarly, we can see in this also that because of these blunt senses, we have not been able to realize Krishna. Otherwise, Prabhupada says, Krishna you can see face to face. Because he is rewarding accordingly. So Prabhupada says, Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santah sadeva hridayesu vilokyanti yam shyama sundaram achintya guna swarupam govindam adipurusam tvamaham bhajami. He said, you can make the ointment. You can make this Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santah sadeva hridayesu vilokyanti. So this ointment of love, you can make it and can put it into your eyes and you can see Krishna. And Prabhupada says that, but you cannot buy this ointment into the shop next door. You see, you can make it. That's what it is. So we can see Krishna face to face. So the final category is where Krishna is saying that I reward according to the devotees. To the devotees, they realize Krishna face to face, and there is a love exchange between the devotee and Krishna. That's why Prabhupada writes here that you can serve Krishna or love Krishna in a relationship of a master, or you can love Krishna as a friend, just like Arjun, right? Because Arjun has so much love for Krishna that he repeatedly keep on coming with him. Krishna also tells him, right? We just read 4.5 that you and me come so many times, Arjun. And he says that I'm giving you this confidential knowledge because you are my bhakta and you are my friend. So only we can realize or we can comprehend this love business if we can become Krishna's friend and if we can become Krishna's bhakta. Then only he will reveal this transcendental science which Prabhupada has explained to us here. So, then there are some fruity workers, right, who are working but here also looking for something. Like, they are working very, very hard, and they also get Krishna reward them accordingly too, you see, because you are working very, very hard. Because eventually you are going to go back to Krishna, eventually, right? So Prabhupada explained that this bhakti yoga we do here, or we explain, that is the easiest, that is not a stairway but the elevator to go directly to Krishna Lok. You can take steps and steps and steps. As Krishna says, ultimately you are going to go to him. Mama vartmanu vartante, manusyaha partha sarvasa. Everybody is following me. You can go through demigods, no problem. You can go to impersonalists, no problem. But here at the last slok, he says, Akam sarvakam moksvam vaudardihi. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajentu purusam. But if you go into this Tivrena bhakti yogena, then everything will be perfect. You see, everything will be perfect. And it also explained to us that Krishna's devotees also desire material stuff, Bhaktas, they also desire material stuff. Say, oh Krishna, what is happening? I don't have any money, I don't have any house, I don't have any food. They also come here. And Krishna also reward them, you see. But they say, here it's given, that Krishna first purify their desires, then he give them. But when the purification of the desire is already done, then you forget about asking the material stuff. We have an example. Dhruv Maharaj. He wanted so much, right? Narad even told him, you go away home, because this is a jungle, and so many wild animals comes and they'll take you away. But he said, no, I want the wealth, I want the kingdom, because my mother has told me such a bad things to me and injustice to me, he says, that I cannot go away. I have started this and I'm not going to go away. Right? But ultimately what happens, as soon as Lord Vishnu comes and put on his head, his hand, all these desires goes away. That's the beauty of being a devotee. Otherwise, you can go to demigods, because next slok we are going to read next week. In that it says that they give you something like Lord Shiva, Asutos, immediately. They give you whatever you want. Nice husband, okay, tathastu, nice husband, right away. Very rich husband, tathastu, very rich husband. Right? Lord Shiva, everybody pray to him. Lord Brahma, everybody pray. That I want this, I want this, I want this. They give you. But who is ultimately giving? They are also servant of Krishna. They say that in the prayers. Govindam Adipurusam Tvamaham Bhajami. Iswara Paramah Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Lord Brahma speaking in Brahma Samhita 5.1. Right? That you are the one who is giving us everything. They also just like us, but they have got the powers because they are in charge of it. Ultimately in the Washington, president is in charge, right? But everybody else under that, they got some power, So that's how it works. So our goal is how we can become Krishna conscious, and this is how we can become Krishna conscious. Akam sarvakam mokskam vaudardhi divrana bhakti yogena yajanti purusam. Whether one is without desire or is desire of all fruitive results or is after liberation, one should with all effort try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection culminating in Krishna consciousness. We have to stay Krishna conscious all the time, and we have to practice this. As Prabhupada says, we have to make this ointment, by practicing these Vedic principles, and then these niyamas, these taught to us that no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. Then we can practice. Get up early in the morning, chant around Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Any question or comment? No question? All right. So we will start the Aarti. You can offer Aarti to Krishna and Radharani. And then we will do the Kirtan here. Thank you, everyone. And then after we finish that, we can have a nice prasadam. And meanwhile, if you are interested in looking at the books, we have a book table. And if you have any questions, as I repeatedly keep on saying here, that our goal is how we can get the knowledge. Because Prabhupada says that without knowledge, if you don't know, then you're going to suffer, in this material world. So let's get a book from there, get the knowledge, apply some in your life gradually, and then be very happy. Prabhupada always tells us, Sarve Sukhinah Bhavantu. Everybody become happy. That's our goal. But the only way to become happy is be Krishna conscious. So look at the books. We have some books. If you already have Bhagavad Gita or any other book, you can pick up one and give it to your friends. It's very, very helpful to them. That is the highest good you can do to somebody. Give this book, because that's recommended for us. Hare Krishna.